Welcome to another edition of Eric's Product Reviews. I am Eric, and today I'm super excited to talk to you about this little gadget that can completely transform your car's infotainment center. This is the Carlinkit TBox Max. And why is it Max? It's because it has 128 gigabytes of memory and 8 gigabytes of RAM built into it, which makes it one of the most powerful car infotainment accessories you can buy right now. It is super powerful, and it can do some amazing things. Like what, you say? Well, basically, this enables your car to have a full Android-based infotainment system. What does that allow you to do that your own infotainment system doesn't, or that CarPlay or Android Auto doesn't? Well, it allows you to watch movies, it allows you to watch YouTube, you can watch a game on ESPN, you can play games, you can connect a wireless Bluetooth controller to play games, you can just do all kinds of things. Basically anything you could do on an Android tablet, almost, you can do on your car's infotainment system. So a lot of things that aren't available through CarPlay or Android Auto. If you've used like the music apps, like Apple Music or YouTube Music on CarPlay or Android Auto, you know they're limited because they have just an interface for use in your car. But if you're using this, they're not limited. You get the full music interface, so you're able to search for albums, find specific albums, look for artists or songs. I mean, you can just do any of that. You can use Netflix and browse through Netflix and watch a Netflix movie. Basically anything you could possibly want to do, you can do with this box. Now, additionally, if your car has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay that's wired only, this will also give you wireless versions of those. You can switch over into Android Auto or Apple CarPlay using this box, and you can connect wirelessly. So it's really powerful. It does just some amazing things. I'm going to give you a lot of demo footage while I'm talking about those features so that you can see them in action. This is in a Genesis GV60. You do have to check and make sure that this is compatible with your car, but it is compatible with most cars. The prerequisite is that your car must have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay built into it. It can be wired or wireless, but it has to have those built into it. Once you have that, you plug this into the port that's designated for those. Even if your car has wireless CarPlay, you plug this into the wired port because there's always a port that's connected to those. Once you do that, you will have access to this box and to that cool Android infotainment system, as well as you have access to wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And you can switch between the two very easily depending on how you're using it. So I'm going to talk about all the features, I'm going to talk about how you use this, the ways you can use this, and then we'll go from there. But basically, once you plug this in, you'll see you have this nice home screen layout with maps and access to your apps and things. Now, when you go into your apps, you're going to see you have Google Play Store. So you can download almost any app on the Google Play Store. Now, some of them just won't be compatible with this because a few of them aren't. But almost any app that's compatible with your phone or with an Android tablet, you can download and install on this. So what does that do? Well, that gives you access to all kinds of really cool things that you do not have through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. For example, you can use any map app that you want to use. You're not limited to only certain ones. You can use any of the map apps. This does have GPS built into it, so it will be able to route you using any map application that you want. You can do things like install a Alexa app on here, and then you can use that to control your smart home through your car's infotainment system when you're away from home. Turn on lights or turn off lights, which is awesome. You can also use this to do really cool things like make a Facebook Messenger call. In fact, I made a Facebook Messenger call to my mom. Let's listen to just a few seconds of that. Go back to your movie. Enjoy your movie.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Alrighty.
Love you.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. So you can see, you can listen to, you can have a conversation with someone through Facebook Messenger, also WhatsApp, make phone calls through WhatsApp, which is great. Now, in addition to that, you also can watch movies on this. You can watch my channel on YouTube on your car's infotainment system. And a lot of us have, you know, much better sounding sound systems in our car than we do in our homes. You can get really great sound and great experience. You can watch Netflix movies or whatever, HBO Max, any of those streaming services will work on this, so you can watch those. If you have an electric car and you're charging, you can watch a movie while you're charging. You can also use this to play games. Now, it'll work with touch screen games that have one touch. Now, your infotainment system is a one touch, one finger, one touch, not multiple touch. So games that require multi-touch, you're not going to be able to play. But any game that's a one finger, you can use, such as Fruit Ninja or a game like that. But then what's really cool is if you have a Bluetooth game controller, you can connect that to this, and then you can use that to play some games. Now that will depend on the game itself being compatible with Bluetooth controllers. Not all Android games are, but if the game supports it, then you can do it. And there's an app on the App Store, I think it's called Game Controller, that helps make sure your controller is set up correctly. You can use that. That's what's great, is any app. So for example, you could install Nest or Blink or any of your home security camera apps onto this, and then, you know, if you need to check your home security camera, you can do that right there on your infotainment center. So that's what's awesome about this, is that it gives you access to just all these, every app and all the features that you could possibly imagine that you don't have just through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Now, what's really cool is you can use this to make phone calls and stuff too, but honestly, if you're just for basic navigation, especially if you use Apple Maps or Google Maps, as well as making phone calls, I think Android Auto and Apple CarPlay work great for that, and work probably even better. And so I like to switch over to those if I'm going to make a phone call or if I'm doing navigation. But you do have that option with this. You just switch over and it's really easy. Now, that depends on how you have this set up and how you're using it. Now this has, besides the 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of memory, which allow it to run all these applications really smoothly and really excellently, this also has a SIM card slot. So you can get a SIM card and get a data plan for this so that it has its own data, which is great. And if you're doing that, then you're not using your phone's Wi-Fi for it, so you can switch directly from this interface to CarPlay with a click of a button and you're good to go. Now, the other way to use this is you can turn your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot on and connect this to that for data. The only negative is if you do that, then because you're using your phone's hotspot for data for the Android system on this, you can't just switch into CarPlay because you'd first have to go into your phone and turn off hotspot. So that's just something to keep in mind. The ideal way to use this is to get its own SIM card and connect it, and then you can just switch back and forth. So if you're wanting to use this while you're driving, that to me would be the way you'd want to use it. But if you're only going to use this, like say you do have an electric car and just when you're charging you want to use this to be able to watch a movie or watch videos, or you have kids and you have to go to soccer practice but your younger kid's in the car with you and you want to use this to be able to stream a movie for your kid but you're parked, and you can just switch your car into Wi-Fi hotspot and connect to this. So if you're using it that way, then you can just stick with the Wi-Fi hotspot. If you're going to use it while you're driving, and I suggest you get your own data SIM card and plug it into this. It supports 4G data, and get a data plan, and that way you can go back and forth between CarPlay and Android Auto or the Android infotainment system built into this really easily. But it's really an excellent product. It's amazing all the things that you can do. It just works great. It gives you access to just all kinds of apps and features that you would not otherwise have on your car's infotainment system or using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It is again the Carlinkit TBox Max with 128 gigabyte memory and 8 gigs of RAM. Beast of a machine, works really, really great. And if you're looking for a way to take your car's infotainment system to the next level, then this is the way to go. It can't be beat. That's going to be it for this review. If you like this review, please click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in this product, share this video with them. All those videos are down there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, favorite this playlist, keep up with future product reviews. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. That is going to be it until next time, so be safe and be happy.